Hi everyone, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. I have to say immediately, my daughter, if you hear her in the background, she's playing Minecraft online with her cousins, and sometimes there's great excited shouting and screaming. And I've tried to tell her, try to keep it down a little bit, but if you hear voices, that's what's going on. But this particular video is long overdue. This is my empties for the past several months. So I hope you have a beverage of choice. I just went and reheated my tea, which I had allowed to grow cold. Perpetual problem for me. And I am ready. So one thing that I like to do with my empties is to add up the retail value of it to see exactly how much retail value I used up. A lot of them I got in subscription boxes. So I never took the time to really, divide out the cost of the box versus the items, blah, 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 to figure out exactly how much I spent on them. Next year I'm going to do that. But when I talk about prices and cost, most of these things I got in subscription boxes. The retail value is very different to what I actually spent. Let's start with the makeup. Let's start first with this lip gloss. This is actually a duo, both a liquid lipstick and a gloss. I finished up the gloss side. I'm not particularly interested in panning the liquid lipstick side. This was one of my oldest products from 2018, and I actually really liked the formula of the gloss. I haven't had a whole lot of opportunity to try more high-end glosses, and I found that it really stuck to my lips really well. I mean, I'm a drugstore girl at heart. That's usually what I use, but I did find that I could tell a difference between a high-end gloss and a drugstore gloss in terms of staying power. And actually, this did come in a subscription box, and I saw a lot of people were annoyed with the tone of this. They thought it was very brown. On me, this was very flattering. It was, however, extremely sparkly. My husband referred to it as my Star Wars gloss because I just shine like a shining star, I guess, wherever I went when I wore this gloss. So this is not an everyday gloss for me. I feel like it was kind of a feat to finish it, but I didn't want to waste it because it was such a nice gloss. So anyway, full price for this gloss, or for the whole duo together, is $28. So I'm only counting $14 since I only used up this side. I used up my first tube of the Essence Lash Princess. This gets a ton of hype on YouTube, and I completely agree. I know mascaras work differently for different people in terms of smudging and stuff. I'm usually someone that gets a lot of smudging. I did not have a problem with this one. In fact, I had a little bit of issues at the end of the day removing it. Typically, I mean, for me, for someone with the smudging and flaking issues, that's a good thing. This did not flake on me. And I found it to be very black, and it did all the things that I want. It both separated, lengthened, and volumized. It did all the things. And I was really, really sad to hit the 6-month mark to stop using this. Since I do wear contacts and I have, pretty bad vision and things, I'm pretty sensitive about the expiration date of particularly mascaras. So after 3 to 6 months, I do part with them. This one was painful because I really liked it. I mean, it's only a $4.99 mascara. If I ever make it through the rest of my mascara stash, this will be a definite repurchase. Highly recommend. So they have, lots of different versions of mascaras at Essence. This is specifically the Lash Princess False Lash Effect, the one with the green lettering. I need to try the other ones because I know a lot of people like the blue one, but I like the green one quite a bit. I finished off another bottle of the e.l.f. Matte Magic Mist and Set. I don't have any particular feelings either good or bad for this. I hear some people kind of rave about it, saying it's just as good as some high-end stuff. I can't say that. I haven't tried a lot of setting sprays, but it did the thing that I want, where sometimes if my face looked a little too powdery, spraying it on, melted it all in, and for me, it's not necessarily super mattifying. It was just a spray. I would try this again. And because it's so cheap, it's only $5. I have a lip treatment from Hanalei. This is in the shade Peach Pink, which is why I put it in the makeup category, not the skincare category. This was pleasant, not necessarily something I would seek out again. The color, however, was really pretty. This is like a deluxe sample size. It took me forever to use this, so I'm counting this as a $5 sample size since you just can't buy this size separately. I do that for all of the items that you can't buy separately. And it tends to work out because some of them, if you work it out ounce by ounce for cost, would be a lot less than $5 and some would be a whole lot more. So I just count it $5 across the board. It works for me. Oh, here's another mist. This is a tiny, tiny sample of the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. This has an epic sprayer on it. I'm gonna keep this little bottle. I mean, you can hardly put anything in here, but I feel like I might find a use for it. And it is, when it calls it a luminous dewy skin mist, I would heartily agree. Very dewy. If you're into the dew and you don't have and you want to try a high-end setting spray, this is very, very dewy and with extremely fine mist. I'm talking so fine that when I first sprayed it on, I didn't realize I was actually spraying it. I thought the sprayer was broken. I was like, oh no, it had actually sprayed my face. It was just so light and soft. It was beautiful. This ran out really fast. I was kind of sad about that. This Dewy Skin Mist, same thing, you can't buy this in this size, so I'm counting as a $5 sample. I used up a sample of the Benefit Gimme Brow Plus. I use the shade 4.5. I really like this. For someone who already has, you know, quite a bit of hair in your brows and you're just looking for something to kind of maybe brush through it to give it a little bit more definition, fill in some of the more sparse brow hair spots, I really like this product. I would happily use it again, counting that as a $5 mini. And then I used up a full size of an eye pencil. This one's from Illamasqua. You can see I have got the tiniest little guy. Look at that. This took me almost all year to use this up. If you watched my project pan, you saw the progress on this. What was it, something like 9 or 10 months to use up one brown eyeliner that I used every single day. So I really feel like I got my money's worth out of this one. This one is a $12 pencil. So for the makeup section, this time I used up a total of $50.99 worth of makeup. Now we go into the skincare and hair care section. You know what? I'm gonna do hair care first because the skincare section is huge. That's the biggest amount of stuff I used up. Let me quick mention the hair care stuff. It's interesting looking at this list. It's just a few things, and I do go through a lot more hair care than the stuff I have here. I just don't count all my my regular drugstore shampoos and things. I don't know. I tend to only count the special stuff. But maybe I should start doing that to get a more accurate representation of how much stuff I use up. But in any case, here's a shampoo. This is from Giovanni. This is the Tea Tree Triple Treat Invigorating Shampoo. It's supposed to be really good for your scalp if you have like a itchy or a dry scalp. I like the scent of this. I like the botanical smells. It's got peppermint, rosemary, and eucalyptus in it. I didn't particularly notice anything for my dry scalp, however, and I used it up without much feelings about it. So this was fine. This is a $8.99 shampoo. This waterless dry conditioner, I don't know about you guys, but I keep seeing commercials for this all over YouTube. I actually didn't use this. My daughter, who has curly hair, used this to help tame the frizz, and she really liked it. Something that I might repurchase for her in the future. I'm counting this as a $5 mini. Here's a full-size dry shampoo that I do not recommend. This is from Aussie. This is the Bounce Back Dry Shampoo. A lot of dry shampoos for me are in the same category of sort of working, and I do notice that they do something for me, but my hair tends to get very oily quickly since it is so fine, and so I tend to use a lot of dry shampoo. And so for the purpose of helping it not look oily, I think it worked as well as any other drugstore dry shampoo. However, the scent of this is intense. Like, oh, I felt like a cloud went with me when I leave the bathroom after using this, and it made the dog sneeze. I did not enjoy the scent of this. It was honestly kind of not so much fun using it up just because of the scent. So if you're sensitive to scents, I would avoid this stuff. This is a $5.99 dry shampoo. And then lastly, I have a sample of this Ouai Curl Jelly. I like this. I mean, I don't use it on myself, on my daughter with curly hair. I thought this was really nice. And I noticed that it's sold out with very high reviews. So I'm not the only one who feels the same way. I felt like it was nice for defining curls but not leaving your hair crunchy. I'm going to count this also as a $5 mini. So for hair care, this time the total used up is $24.98. Now let's get into all the skincare. Okay, I just have to fortify myself with a sip of tea before this. Oh yeah, that's good. All right, let's start with the full-size products. So I have a full size of this Purely's Watermelon and Charcoal Purifying Cleanser. It's like a gel and it smells very much like candied watermelon. I didn't necessarily think it had the purifying quality to it. It was a dark gray, you know, with the charcoal, but it is supposed to be a gentle cleanser, and I did think it was a gentle cleanser. I had no problem using this up. It's not necessarily a repurchase. I didn't really have amazing feelings about it. It was just a cleanser. This is $18. This cleansing oil from Boscia. Someone told me how to pronounce that and I can't remember. I think it's Boscia. I really liked this. This I got in like a makeup swap type thing. And this is the Makeup Breakup Cool Cleansing Oil. This lasted me a long time. I think I enjoy both cleansing balms and cleansing oils, but cleansing oils for me last a lot longer than the balms do, so I feel like they're more worth the money. As far as the cool cleansing oil portion goes, sometimes I could feel a tiny bit of cooling. Most of the time, it not really. I wouldn't repurchase this just because it's so expensive. This is a $32 cleansing oil. I know I can find cheaper ones that do just as good a job as removing makeup. This is a exfoliator from Grown Alchemist. I squeezed out as much as I could. This is in the scent, what is it, pink grapefruit, something like that. I actually really like this. I'm not much of an exfoliator person. I often feel like I get sensitive, that my skin is has been scrubbed really horribly. But I feel like whatever is in this, it's very gentle, and I only use this a couple times a week, so it took me a really long time to use up. I would use this again if I could find it at TJ Maxx. It is outrageously expensive just to go buy. This is a $67 exfoliant. Okay, this is a body wash that you could also use as a hand wash. This is the Kukio Sumatology Yoga Calm and Clean Epsom Salt Hand and Body Wash with lavender oil. I like lavender. I really enjoyed using this. I felt like it was one of those things where it was an experience, you know? And I can see why, looking at the price tag of this, a $39.95 shower gel. No, not a repurchase, but I did enjoy using it. Ooh, here's something I loved. This is from Pistachio Skincare. This is the Divine Beauty Oil in the pistachio and rose scent. I'm not really a rose scent person typically, but mixed with that nutty scent of the pistachio, this was divine. I mean, okay, Divine Beauty Oil is the name of it, but truly, ooh, I loved this. I thought I smelled so good using this stuff. I would be very interested in trying other things from the line if I could get it at a discount. This is usually a $34 body oil. Here's something that I found disappointing. So this is the Elta MD sunscreen. This is the UV clear one. They're supposed to be good for people prone to acne, rosacea, and hyperpigmentation, which is why I tried it. This is one of the few full-size items I have that I went and spent full price on to try. I've been really trying different sunscreens this year, and I liked this sunscreen. My problem with it is it's way too small for the price. I use this up really quickly. This is a $36 sunscreen. I was expecting this to last at least some time. No, not at all. This went by so fast. And while it didn't make me break out, I wasn't sensitive to any scents or anything about it. And I would happily use it again if I could get my hands on it, but for that price, no. I know there's something I can find that is cheaper that works just as well or better. I used up 2 of these. This is the Touch in Sol Pretty Filter Waterful Glow Cream. These, same thing, I had to finally bite the bullet and just order them. I ordered them on Amazon, where it's way cheaper than ordering from their website, by the way. And the price seems to fluctuate a little bit. I think I got one for $30, one for $20. It's usually somewhere around $30. The $20 one, I was pretty stoked. I got it at a really good price. This is, like it says, a water cream. It's a really thin gel. It's really good for someone who cannot handle heavy creams on their face if it makes you break out like me. This is great. If I run out of my current moisturizer and don't get one to try from a subscription box or something, this is a probable repurchase for me. It's unfortunate it's so expensive though, for as fast as I run through it. Some moisturizers last me a really long time. This one doesn't. But anyway, 2 of those. I really like this. Ooh, here's an expensive product from Murad. This is the Resurgence Rapid Collagen Infusion. So when I signed up for FabFitFun again, I used a code that was specific to someone who had canceled and then was coming back, in which I got sent a bunch of free stuff, and this was one of the items. This is a $78 cream, and it's supposed to, plump up your skin. Rapid Collagen Infusion. It is, however, pretty thick. I was afraid to use it on my face, so I ended up using it as a neck cream. It was really nice. A very expensive neck cream. I would not go out and repurchase this. It's just too expensive for me, but I enjoyed using it while I had it. Here's a product that, digging through this box, I'm excited to refind it again because I think I would use it again. This is the Ouai by Jean Seo. This is the Balance Hydrating and Calming Serum. This has very few ingredients. It has water, hyaluronic acid, potassium sorbate, and sodium benzoate, which I really like seeing that really short list. And my skin seems to really like the hyaluronic acid. And I just really responded well to this. My skin just drank it up and loved it. And I think this is one was not too expensive. Let's see, it was, yeah, $15. You can get it on Amazon. So I might buy this again if I can remember to do so. I'm working through a bunch of skincare stuff at the moment, so it might take some time, but eventually I'm gonna try and remember this to repurchase this. I finished off a big bottle of the Thayer's Facial Toner witch hazel. I like to get the unscented one. I have tried the cucumber one and the rose petal one, and I like them, but my skin is sensitive occasionally, so I try to go unscented whenever possible. I like this. It doesn't make my skin burn. I feel like if I miss anything in my cleansing of makeup, it removes it, and my skin seems to react well to witch hazel. So yeah, I think this will definitely be a repurchase. Once I'm done with the other toners I'm currently using up, I will probably go back to this one. This big bottle is $8.21, depending on where you get it, I suppose. But that's the price I found it when I looked it up online. Oh, let's talk about this weird mask. This is the Shake and Shot Dr. Jart rubber type mask. The rubber purifying mask with spirulina. So I had seen these constantly at TJ Maxx, which is where I got mine. I'm like, I just need to try it. So when you open it up, it comes with 2 packets that you dump in there, mix together. You cover the little mouth with your finger and you shake it up, and this little straw looking thing is actually a little spatula that you then can use to paste it to then paint your face with the paste that it turns into. You let it dry and then you peel it off like a peel off mask, except it's a very soft peel off mask. And I actually noticed a difference with this. A lot of masks, you know, they're pleasant, but I don't necessarily notice a difference the next day. I use this at night and I noticed in the morning my face was really soft. So this is one of those products I don't think I'll repurchase again because it's more expensive. I got mine, yeah, $7 at TJ Maxx. They're normally, let me see, they're normally $12. So this is a fun, like whenever we can get together with our girlfriends again, this would be like a fun party thing where we all try out one of these things. It's very just different. And I'm glad I got to try it out at least once just to see if I like it. Turns out I do. So what I have left is like a whole bunch of deluxe size samples. I'm not gonna go through everything with you because I think you would probably be bored. I would probably get bored, but I'm just gonna highlight a few of these things. Oh, never mind, this isn't deluxe size, this is a full size. This is the Hanalei Kukui lip balm. I like this. It was good. It wasn't my favorite ever lip balm, but you know, it was a lip balm. This is a $6 product. Okay, we have to talk about this product. This is from Elemis. This is their Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm. This was a really nice size deluxe sample. I was really happy to get to try it because I really enjoy cleansing oils and cleansing balms. But I could not believe how much I disliked this product. Let me tell you why. So usually with a cleansing balm, you know, you scoop it out and the second you kind of rub it in your hands, it melts and turns into like an oil. This is more the consistency of like a Vaseline. It is very, very balmy. It didn't really melt. I felt like I was just spreading Vaseline all over my face. However, it did, however, with water, you know, very slightly get kind of milky looking, which is what they're supposed to do. And it did take off my makeup. So, you know, that was that. But the biggest downer about this stuff is the scent. So imagine taking something really, really powerfully smelling like Vicks, for instance, and rubbing it on your eyes. Because, you know, that's what cleansing balms are supposed to do. It's supposed to take off all your eye makeup and everything. The stuff of this is so scented. I was scared. I was scared to put this on my eyes. Let me quick look up the ingredient list for you because when I looked at this, I could not believe. Yeah, the second ingredient is lavender oil. It also has geranium flower oil, chamomile flower oil, eucalyptus leaf oil, hoewood wood oil, mint leaf oil, orange oil. All of those things are irritants. So I find it very surprising that they would put that in a cleansing balm that you were supposed to use to take off eye makeup. Anyway, I used it up taking off my, you know, face makeup, but I did not enjoy using this on my eyes. I was always afraid it was going to cause horrible stinging. So I didn't like the texture. I didn't like the scent. It was really, really intense. Imagine, like I said, Vicks intense. Yeah, the empty jar still smells like that. I'm not over exaggerating. The worst thing about this stuff is how expensive it is. It is crazy. So a full size of this product, I can find it in my little list here. Oh, how annoying. I didn't put down the full size. Just this little sample size is $14. If I remember correctly, is it something like $50 or $60 for a full size cleansing balm? That's nuts. I feel like someone with very, very dry skin might enjoy the Vaseline-like texture of it. I kind of went on and on about that, but I had feelings. This one, however, I really like. This is another cleansing balm sample. This is the Clean It Zero cleansing balm. This one has been around for quite a while. I really liked it. Basically unscented. I mean, I don't smell anything. I don't remember it being a scent when I used it up. If you like a cleansing balm, this one I can recommend. And this is such a tiny, cute little sample. I had this in my travel bag for the longest time, and since we haven't been traveling, I fished it out and just used it up. I'm counting this as just like a little $5 sample. Here's another sample I want to let you guys know about. This actually took me quite some time to use up. This is the Tony Moly Cooling Algae Eye Serum, Moisture boost, and look, it's got this cute little whale on it. And the full-size product, I think it's actually a little whale. Tony Moly has the cutest packaging. If you are someone who likes a really thin serum formula for your eye cream, you would like this. That's what I personally prefer. I'm afraid of getting milia around my eyes, is what they say is what happens sometimes if you use a really heavy eye cream. So anyway, I really liked this. I didn't notice any particular stinging or any sort of cooling feeling like that. I just felt like it was a nice hydrating little gel serum. And I'm counting this as a $5 sample as well. All right, the rest of this, guys, I'm just gonna tell you, I used up a ton of samples, a ton of sheet masks, and I don't know, I don't feel strongly enough about any of the rest of it to tell you about it. Just know that I used up a ton of deluxe size and sample sizes and lots of sheet masks. So in just the skincare portion of the past few months, I used up a whopping $582.65 worth of product. It's crazy to me how that adds up, and of course large portions of that are some of those really nice fancy full-size products I got in subscription boxes, like that Murad stuff and the Grown Alchemist stuff. You know, those things really get those numbers up there. But it's always satisfying for me to go through all these things, look at the things that I have used up, decide what things I like, and most of the time it's not a repurchase for me. Things are usually just fine for me, but there are a few things that I would definitely go back and repurchase. So I'm happy to tell you guys about them. Now, let's talk about, I mean, this is my end of the year empties video. Let's talk about how much I used up this entire year. I will have another video coming up in January where I talk about specifically all of the makeup that I used up in the year 2020. I actually did save all the empties. The ones that you see in this video will also be appearing in that video, along with everything else I used up this year. Just for makeup though, not all the skincare stuff. But my grand total for the year for my empties was $1,629.25. I'm very pleased with that number. Although starting next year, I think I'm gonna start a spreadsheet of exactly how much I do spend on each item so I can compare retail value versus how much I actually spent. My little list making heart is giddy with the idea. I wish I had started it this year, but the idea came to me too late. So next year, I will be starting that. I would be very interested to know if you have tried out any of these products that I've mentioned. Let me know if you enjoyed them or if you hated them or if you had the same idea as me about some of them, especially if you tried some of those things like the Elemis Cleansing Balm. Let me know if you enjoyed that. I would be very interested to know. If you have made it to the end of this video, thank you guys so much for sticking it out with me, and I will see you guys soon for my next video. Bye!